What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out. So if there was ever a question as to why we call it Disney Star Wars, not Star Wars, but Disney Star Wars, if there was ever a question in anybody's mind as to why we label it as such, look no further than this particular article right here on Game Rant. Star Wars: The Acolyte will move further away from George Lucas's original ideas. Yeah. That's how they want to go about this. They want to move further away from George when they should be trying to get closer to George Lucas's original vision, his original ideas. They need to get closer to that, not further away from it. But see, that's not what Disney Star Wars is about. Disney Star Wars is about bastardizing the legacy of George Lucas. It's about bastardizing this shit for identity politics to go super woke. That's what Disney Star Wars is about. So if you guys ever had any question at all as to why we shit on Disney Star Wars, look no further than the article here. Star Wars: The Acolyte showrunner has suggested some big changes from what George Lucas always had envisioned. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out on Game Rant. The Acolyte offers a fresh take on the Force, emphasizing balance between light and dark, diverging from traditional Star Wars lore. Showrunner Leslye Headland challenges George Lucas's original concepts, introducing a nuanced view that reshapes the franchise. The series may explore new elements of the Force complexities, promising an intriguing narrative when it premieres on June 4. Yeah, the only thing it promises is that every YouTuber in America is going to absolutely have fun tap dancing on this bullshit. Keep in mind, I've been telling you guys, this is what they're looking to do, okay? They want to introduce some new trash into the Star Wars canon, all right, ahead of the prequels, right? This is the prequel to the prequels. They've been talking about this. They want to introduce this shit that will reshape the franchise. They want you to view Star Wars through the lens of Leslye Headland. That's what they're trying to do. That's why this show comes before the prequels. See, at first, George Lucas's stuff was first, and then everything fell behind it. But now this is going to be pre-prequels. This is going to be before the prequels, the High Republic, a shitty era that nobody's buying any books or comic books or any of this shit. They want to set this story up so that it recontextualizes everything that we know about Star Wars moving forward. That's why they're doing this. That's why they set it in this era. They want to reshape the franchise, all right? And they're going to start with the Force, apparently, all right? Yeah, George Lucas's original concepts, yeah, those are out the door, all right? Who cares about what made Star Wars popular to begin with? Let's get that shit out of here. We got to challenge all of that stuff, all right, and introduce a nuanced view. This is the problem with Disney Star Wars. When you guys start asking, what the hell's your problem, bro? Why you always mad about Star Wars? This is why. Star Wars means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, George Lucas created something that was amazing, that has stood the test of time. And yet, until Disney got a hold of it, it was just fine. Yeah, George might not have been cranking out all the content that we wanted, but Star Wars was in a very healthy place. It was doing just fine. That's why when the Force Awakens came out, yeah, everybody rushed out to see it. That joint made $2 billion, all right? $2 billion. But how is Star Wars doing right now? Yeah, this is how it's doing, all right? 692,000 downvotes for this latest trailer from The Acolyte. 692,000 downvotes, only 192 up. This thing is getting absolutely wrecked and destroyed. This is Star Wars now, folks. The next Star Wars thing that's coming out is getting absolutely obliterated and massacred. And yeah, they still think they know what they're doing, all right? Y'all already know how Leslye Headland feels about George Lucas.
This is like what we understand to be Star Wars, like the idea that like that only came from George Lucas, that only George Lucas holds the key for what we understand to be Star Wars is just untrue. And I think the prequels are an excellent example of that. I mean, the idea that like when you're hiring a director, that everyone is sitting in there waiting for George Lucas and not for the person who's going to know to hire Ralph McQuarrie, that's the problem. That's the misogyny and the problem with the auteur myth.
Y'all heard that, right? That chick has no idea what she's talking about. No idea whatsoever. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this article. With the highly anticipated premiere of Star Wars: The Acolyte just 2 months away, details about the narrative remain scarce. However, the showrunner has recently surprised fans with unexpected new information. The upcoming release of The Acolyte has sparked considerable excitement within the Star Wars community. Yeah, right. Considerable excitement, huh? Yeah, okay, y'all keep believing. Yeah, here's the considerable excitement right here, all right? This is the considerable excitement. Everybody can't wait to dunk and dog this shit. All right. This thing gonna get dog walks when it come out. I swear to God, man. Promising fresh characters and narratives. Despite this anticipation, recent revelations indicate that the series may diverge from some established concepts in the original films. This departure adds an intriguing dimension to the show's eagerly awaited premiere. The only people eagerly awaiting this is YouTubers that cannot wait for this shit to, boost up their channels, all right? Everybody's gonna be coming to channels and watching this shit. During a recent interview with Total Film magazine, Leslye Headland, the showrunner of The Acolyte, offered intriguing details about the series. Headland confirmed a departure from George Lucas's original concepts surrounding the Force, a significant divergence from traditional Star Wars lore. They don't give a shit about the lore. They just don't care. Whatever, man. We doing what we want to do. Fuck George. That's basically what this is. This whole thing is a big F you to George Lucas. That's how I look at it. This bold move has the potential to reshape the franchise in profound and unexpected, like they've been doing, right? Profound and unexpected ways, like what they did with the sequel trilogy, like how they absolutely destroyed characters like Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. Yeah, great job, all right? Setting the stage for an entirely new era of storytelling within the Star Wars universe. Man, nobody is interested in any of this shit. Headland expressed her intention for The Acolyte to redefine the concept and balance in the Force, indicating a departure from traditional interpretations. What are the traditional interpretations that she's trying to get away from? What George Lucas said? That's what she's basically trying to do. Here's what she says. Honestly, the way I look at it is there is no light without darkness, no good without bad. So to me, and this might just be a personal thing, the Force is about balance. It's not just a Marvel superpower. The Force sensitive aren't using telekinesis because they're special, powerful people. It's because they've achieved balance. Oh, wow. Listen to this shit, man. This is going right along the bullshit that Dave Filoni did in Ahsoka, where suddenly Sabine can use the Force. Or it's not because they're special and powerful. It's because they found some bullshit balance or whatever. This is the reason why y'all suck. All right, Disney Star Wars, just so you know. As Yoda says, my ally is the Force. So the idea of a separation from that was really interesting. If you are unbalanced, the Force cannot protect you. Yeah, man, this is going to be hot shit, man. Hot shit on a platter, man. This is going to be absolute garbage. And look, man, this is what I've been telling y'all, okay? This line right here, there is no light without darkness, no good without bad. See, what I've been saying is this chick wants to highlight the villain. She wants to, kind of show the villains as some sort of a misunderstood character. Oh, the poor Sith. They're just misunderstood. We got to look at them in a different light. That's how this chick sees this situation. All right? She wants to make, good guys out of bad guys, basically. It's because she's a villain, and she knows she's a villain, all right? Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Just keep that in mind, man. That's who this chick is. This statement highlights a contradiction between Lucas's original beliefs and Headland's perspective on the Force. Lucas traditionally viewed the dark side as the source of imbalance, right, leading to selfishness. In contrast, Headland's interpretation suggests a more balanced view, emphasizing the interconnectedness of light and darkness with her quote, "There is no light without darkness." Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding of everything about Star Wars. This chick doesn't know what she's doing. That's basically that's all I'm getting out of this entire series. She don't understand Star Wars. She don't give a shit about understanding it. And she don't like George Lucas. So she's going to try to re-explain, all right? She's going to try to fem-splain, I guess is what you could call it, right? I'll explain the Force to you guys so you understand it. Here's my interpretation. And then my interpretation is going to be before everything else. It's going to be before The Phantom Menace and all the prequels. It's going to be before A New Hope, in the timeline, that is. So when her Jedi Knights and her Sith Lords are explaining whatever it is that she's going to have in the Acolyte, that's now quote-unquote canon. Yeah, bullshit. Disney Star Wars is fan fiction. Fucking fan fiction. That's all it is. Indeed, the exploration of the Force in The Acolyte is not entirely groundbreaking, given Disney's reevaluation of Star Wars concepts since acquiring the franchise. Rather than adhering strictly to Lucas's original vision, the Force has evolved into a nuanced balance of light and dark sides. And how's that worked out, by the way? Instead of adhering to what George Lucas did in his original vision, like I said, that's what they should be sticking with. How has that worked out for you, Disney? Is Star Wars in a much healthier place? Is Star Wars getting better or is it getting worse? Huh? How's it working out for you, Disney? How's all of your reimagining of Star Wars been doing over here, huh? How's it working, Disney? Oh, y'all don't want to talk about it, huh? The fans are just a bunch of haters and bigots and everything else. Y'all don't want to talk about the fact that you've destroyed a great franchise. You don't want to talk about that. Yeah, man, it's like fucking ridiculous, man. Lucas's involvement in projects like Star Wars: The Clone Wars demonstrates his awareness of the evolving portrayal of the Force within the franchise. He never deviated at one time, not even in the Clone Wars, away from what the Force is. This man has stuck to his guns all the way through. You know, the Clone Wars, with the introduction of the Mortis gods, who embodied a different perspective, emphasizing harmony between the light and the dark. I don't see the Mortis gods like that. In my opinion, the Mortis gods are more or less just facets of the Force, and then there's some, wiggle room. It's not necessarily saying, well, there's harmony between light and dark. There is no harmony between light and dark. These are people that don't even understand Star Wars themselves. It's just different aspects of the Force and different aspects of Anakin and the Chosen One and all of that. That's how I look at the Mortis gods. That's it. That's all. Just different aspects of the Force and how they relate to the overall story of Star Wars and the universe and Anakin and all of that. That's pretty much it. This nonsense, it's emphasizing harmony. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's my interpretation, and my interpretation lines up better with George's than their bullshit. Similarly, the sequel trilogy explores this theme through Rey and Kylo Ren's Force dyad, showcasing the potency of their connection across the spectrum. Even in Ahsoka, Anakin's Force Ghost demonstrated a fusion of his dual identities, reflecting a harmonious balance. However, the Acolyte may delve deeper into this concept or introduce entirely novel elements, promising an intriguing exploration of the Force's complexities. The series approach will undoubtedly captivate audiences as its narrative unfolds. Yeah, it's just going to be bullshit, all right? That's basically it, man. It's just going to be hot shit. Leslye Headland is a hack. She's a fraud. She sucks. I mean, I don't understand how this chick got to run a Star Wars show. Of all things. This is absolutely a bastardization of George Lucas's original design, man. I swear to God, man. This is gonna be terrible, man. George Lucas, why even put his face in it? George has nothing to do with this. All right? You guys have stomped and stepped all over this man's franchise, completely wrecked it. Then y'all gonna throw him up in here in the picture like he's a part of this shit, man. George Lucas a piss all over this film or this series or whatever, man. Bullshit. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. I just hate that. I can't wait to get to this show, man. This show is going to be fun to tear apart, man. I'm looking forward to this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.